Hello everyone, my name is Mark Zlamel. I'm a solution specialist for business analytics at IBM Canada. Today we will be exploring and visualizing data that focuses on DSL broadband and internet access across Canada. The purpose of this demo is to determine the current levels of DSL availability for Canadians, with a focus on geographical locations and the population density groups that are affected. We will gain knowledge of any disparity levels across the provinces and better understand who is affected and the sizes of the underserved communities. In this video, I'll be leveraging Cognos Analytics to present a story of my findings along with an interactive dashboard that allows me to further investigate my data. The data set for this demo is available in the Government of Canada Open Data Portal and can be found when searching for ISED. ISED is the Department of Innovation, Science and Economic Development Canada, which was formerly known as Industry Canada. So let us begin. I've logged into my Cognos Analytics on the cloud portal using Google Chrome as my browser. As you can see, when I expand the team content, the ISED folder contains my projects that I'll be showing today. My analytical short story is for ISED that focuses on DSL prevalence across Canada. The scope of this project is to ask a few simple questions in hopes to get actionable insights against the data. I'll begin by asking what's happening, and from there I'll explore where DSL is available and where it isn't, and conclude with, ultimately who's affected and why it's happening. So, let's begin. What's happening? As of 2006, Canada's population is 31.6 million, where 29.7 million are reported to have DSL access, or at least the infrastructure to support it. Not a bad ratio, but 1.91 million people appear to be underserved. And that's the significant fraction of our population. So where is DSL limited? Let's first understand Canada's population distribution and density. We see that British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec are the leaders in size, where the darker blue represents the higher populations. Now, when I explore the count of records, or rows in my data set for all the cities, towns, and communities, it also strongly correlates to this overall population. Now, let us look at the same data set, this time filtering on no DSL availability. The apparent overall population, and specifically counts of all communities that recorded no DSL broadband, is highest in Alberta and Saskatchewan. It would appear that there is a sizable disparity across Canada when we compare these provinces. Okay, let us continue. So how about who is affected? Looking at the same data, this time as a stacked bar chart, green indicating DSL access, while the blue slivers near the bottom are indicators of no DSL broadband. It's no surprise that British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec are still the leaders, simply due to being the highest population provinces. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Let us now filter this data on no DSL. Note how the usual three largest population provinces are significant, but suddenly now we have two new drivers of underserved provinces, notably Alberta and Saskatchewan. This perspective follows our geographical visualizations earlier, but still very surprising considering these two provinces are not overly high population areas. So if we continue, ISED added something clever to their data set. It not only contains cities, towns, and municipalities, but also includes a column denoting local population sizes for each of these sub-communities. This allows me to break down and isolate and count the instances of each community and their relative sizes. Note how this view focuses on small township groupings, where the 800 plus can represent parts of larger cities and metropolitan areas. See how the orange bars are the dominant factors across Canada? Well, this represents essentially all the towns of less than 100 people or 100 citizens. This view also suggests to me that Alberta and Saskatchewan are primarily comprised of smaller townships and distributed municipalities with broken levels of DSL infrastructure. So, in summary, DSL broadband inaccessibility is strongly correlated to the relative community population sizes. Private communities or private companies, I should say, are perhaps not considering infrastructure in these areas since the investments are not as lucrative or compelling when you compare the potential returns on investment in higher density areas. So in conclusion, the high density provinces appear to have good DSL infrastructure, and this is represented by the darkest blue indication. The provinces with the most counts or instances of small townships are represented here by the relative sizes of the boxes, which in this demo happen to be the largest being Saskatchewan, Alberta, and to a lesser degree, Manitoba. So thank you for watching this video. Once again, my name is Mark Zlamal in Business Analytics for IBM Canada. Thank you.